He's always gonna
Oh,
happen.
yes.
Mason, Elias still exists.
That's Meepo.
Elias still.
No,
Robert,
it
why did
says
you kill Inez?
Because
I liked her.
otherwise, I know I liked her too. Did it make you sad?
Yeah. Don't do that. Stop.
She was a ride or die.
Inez, at the very end, agreed with you. You flipped her over to your side. And as a result of that, she was willing to help. And she stopped Tyronis from killing you. What killed Tyronis was his own hubris and his inability to see the value of love.
Wait, but wouldn't the lightning bolt not have done anything if she had not been there? Because the wand of absorption?
No, he was the only target of that spell.
Exactly. Rick had it.
No, he didn't have it.
I
in
was
his hands
already
at
at
the
0.
time. That was afterwards.
Yeah.
You tossed it to him after Inez died. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. Also, though, he could have saved for death.
Yeah, you could
Inez
just...
doesn't necessarily know that though.
That's true.
Dang.
Okay, so how long have you guys been keeping this from me?
So Mason and Isaac have known for a while. I told everyone else about 8 hours ago.
I can't believe you.
This was so early that Nylos was in the plans.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a real bugger when he left.
I am going to give you guys all of my Genesis sausage now. I had...
I don't think she has.
You don't want your sausage.
No. Okay, so I had where Florence was going to swap places with Genesis so that if someone died, it would be Florence instead of Genesis, while Genesis got to do whatever. I had a last will and testament of Genesis where I was going to have a whole speech that I was going to do. I was going to do the thing where I merged with Flux, and then instead of having it be like the sun be a thing, it was going to be the Phoenix. And it was going to be a whole thing where it was, I must burn so that something new must rise from the ashes. And then that was going to be a thing. And it was going to be a whole new goddess and everything. And that's what I had in my brain. That's what I had texted Robert. And Robert was like, yeah, that's cool. And I was like, great.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is great.
No plans of doing
had
that.
all of this. And then I was going to have a whole speech. I was going to do everything. I'm so thrown off. So thrown off.
Should be.
You all are such turds.
Correct. Congratulations.
Robert, I just want to make this clear. If Marcus ever gets into a battle from now on, he will be almost feral.
Yeah, that's fair.
Golly.
Robert, is Astagonan the only god left?
Yes.
We get 3 codexes now instead of 2.
I'm not sure how useful that last one is, though. We probably make use
So
of it.
how does that...
Default state's not nice.
So what happened with that?
God of Decay was decaying.
No, I mean... like, what... so we took the codexes and we split them amongst everyone on Ilium?
Mm-hmm.
No, that doesn't take
effect
until we're in control of Ilium.
Okay.
So what will happen is essentially when Rick has his new country, every citizen of that country will receive an equal share of the 3 codexes. And then after the first generation, it will become genetic.
Okay.
So
only
Robert,
Iliumites have
do we have to finish King and Company 2 before the one thing is canonized with the character?
What is do you mean the one thing? I don't remember.
I could just say it out loud. It's fine. The little brat.
Oh yeah. We have to finish.
Being from Ilium.
Yeah, I want him to be from Ilium. Essentially, Ilium is going to become a superhero planet after King Company 2.
I like that it's a rumor, or that like a common rumor that Rick was the one that killed Tyronis. That's really cool. Nice touch.
So I guess, Robert, in your canon also, Andric and Genesis adopted Elizabeth.
Correct. Which Andric had Jacob thought of on his own.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I was
Oh,
assuming.
poor
yeah.
Elizabeth.
So Elizabeth calls Genesis mom.
Mm.
No,
Mhm.
Mel, don't get teared up now.
I already
Alright.
have. I haven't shed any actual tears, but I almost cried when y'all dropped the bombshell of, hey, so we've all been hiding something from you this whole time, and your whole plans, they went kaput out the window. And I was like, what?
Sorry you don't get to kill yourself. I had to go through that.
My bad, homies.
Um.
What's wrong with Dylan?
Oh, I was
Hmm?
I was gonna originally try to fit this in, but it didn't really like fit in the pacing. Dylan had an encounter with the old ones, and so
Oh.
Dylan's
fucked
mind
him up.
has had taken some damage, and he needs a couple 100 years to recover.
Gross.
100? Wait, I think did we change the canon? Because
Mm.
I thought Conquest was like 100 years after.
Well, let's see.
He needs that amount of time to heal.
King
He
and
needs
Company.
that amount of time to heal.
King and Company. There's 20 years between King and Company and the unnamed politics campaign, and then there's 79 years between the politics campaign and the Hell campaign, and then there's 51 years between the Hell campaign and Gresk 1.
Oh,
And then there's
Mason,
60 years between Gresk 1 and Gresk 2, which is canonically happens
Okay, so it's like
simultaneously with
200
Elizabeth.
I think I
With
shed a
Melanie.
couple tears when you said, sorry, Genesis, you don't get to see Azariah again. And I was like, I literally, at that moment, I was like, I am heartbroken. Frick.
You don't get to see Azariah again. That broke my heart too.
I am so mad at the amount I texted Mason and was like, I think this would be cool in the future and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah,
that would be
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really
Also
good at
loved
keeping
you
it
how to
bickering.
sneak in the canonization that it took like 20 years for Glaive to get an actual promotion.
He's a bastard.
I imagine we're like paying him better and like he had more responsibilities, but we
no
just
title.
didn't promote him.
Yeah, no. The only thing that wouldn't change, he was. In fact, we probably demoted him to John and just kept giving him more John responsibilities. Like he's like commanding troops and everything, and it's like, hey John, can you go? He's just like, I hate you. It's just like just the title. That's it. I'll be curious to see what the state of Ilium is right now, and also the sheer aura that I'm gonna give, or I'm gonna try to give Elias.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
By the
Man.
way,
Did Dylan
the thing that
just get
Rick sent Elias
like
to do is not, that's going to be backstory. Because
oh,
because we're going to start as level 1 draw steel heroes. So Elias is already
which
a
is a
hero.
hero.
Which is already a
Yeah,
hero when the game starts, right?
sick.
I'm gonna drop a lore beat real quick. Robert,
Hit me.
what will Elizabeth be then?
What do you want her to be?
I wanted
I think
her.
a shadow would be pretty cool.
I don't know what. I'm playing Elizabeth in King and Company 2.
That I could have never have predicted that. That's well done. That's cool.
I
She
think,
was.
no, I think a shadow would be really neat.
I don't know what that means. What is that?
The shadow is like, it's like a rogue, but better. They're like top level rogues that have some magical abilities as well.
I'll have to see. Because I really, really wanted to be a paladin. I was gonna be a paladin of the new Genesis goddess. And then I had a whole thing where I talked to Robert and I said she's gonna be a paladin of the Phoenix, and it's really funny because then Mason, you want to know what's really, really funny? It's really, really funny is that you were like, Elias, that's his name, and I said I was gonna call her Eliza. And then he was like, I'm gonna make him be super fire powers, and I said she was gonna be a paladin of the Phoenix. And then all of these things.
That sucks for you.
No, it's okay. It's just really funny. I get to be different now. But she was gonna be a paladin of whatever the heck came out of the.
There will be natural beef between Elizabeth and Elias then.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Or not necessarily beef. Definitely tension though.
Yeah.
Okay, Robert. Few things. First of all, Did Dylan deal with the old ones before he freaking died inside, or are they still a problem? We don't know.
If the mountain is able to
don't know.
cast any
Next
magic,
time,
you don't
I'll
know the
kick
answer
up
to that.
into-
I'm not willing to commit an answer. I'm gonna say probably he didn't
Okay.
completely solve the problem because there are still wizards, right?
Yeah. Okay. And then second of all, I think we were just talking about it, but I think Oisoi said he wanted to take care of Dylan with music therapy.
Is
I
if
remember-
Nihilus is okay with that, then the
He
Church
just
of
needs the
Light.
codex.
Huh?
Oh, okay, yeah, you can just take the codex. Like
I don't-
after a year or so, Dylan will be able to relinquish the codex. There's actually, sorry, this is lore tidbits you guys didn't get. You guys technically were not owners of the codexes, you were borrowing them. Which is so you didn't get the full power because you were just borrowing them.
So we got generic powers
So
instead.
you got generic powers instead of specific stuff. Also, a lot of the power of the codex comes from reading it and learning
Yeah,
how
and
magic
learning.
works, right? I had a lot of fun with no, it's not magic and it's not psionics, it's a third thing.
I wonder what the third thing is, Robert.
What do you think the third thing is?
Reading.
I forgot how to say the word.
Is it
Give me a second.
were you gonna say quintessence?
Yes, quintessence. I was gonna say quintessence.
It's not quintessence.
Quintessence.
It's not quintessence,
quintessential essence.
even though it's some sort of mixture between magic and ether. Ether and psionics that
Correct.
that synergizes into like like the first child of the ether and the psionics is the quintessence. Like no, it's not that.
Of course not. Why would it be that?
Hey Mason,
Why
do
would
you
it be never
remember
that simple?
Mason, do you remember how Inest used to sign off her letters?
Yeah, with quintessence stuff.
What did she say?
Hold on. Rick's letters. Where is it in character? Rick's letters. It won't let me search within. That's annoying. Scroll. Nope. Oh, Quintessence Nguaguduliano. Iness of the Sixth Order.
You ever get a translation for
Yeah.
that?
Oh, was it Welsh?
It's Welsh.
Marcus looks at it, auto translates. He knows Elvish.
Tell him what it says,
It's
Mason.
quintessence. Hold on one second. Quintessence is the root of design.
Design.
It's not a super
done.
helpful hint, I'll say. If we were in an ARG, you guys would be mad. It's not a super helpful
I
hint.
kind of feel like I understand like something about it, right?
Yeah, it's like on the tip of my brain.
Quintessence is also
Ah.
it is a thing. It is not a word that I made up. It is a real thing.
Yeah, I looked up.
Yeah.
Either way, the only other thing I can think of is a separate magic called, like a separate thing called just divinity. Original sin. Yes.
Not quite.
Oh, I love that game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
there was
Sins of Light.
there was like one other thing I wanted to say about Marcus.
Yeah.
I think he got married really old and has a child, and like the explicit outward purpose was stated to be like I I have progeny to like force myself to look towards a better future.
Mhm.
There's a little bit more care in that
Robert-
than he actually states, though.
Where's Florence's parents anybody important?
There was a point where I was going to try to work that in. There was a point, I think originally I had planned that Reggie was the person that your mom was originally going to marry.
Knew it! I knew it! That would have been
Well done.
But it like Genesis took such a spotlight that it kind of like fell to the wayside.
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to know if you had like anyone
I can't
important.
believe you two motherfuckers just went, oh, my main characters, I'm gonna give them kids and then I'm gonna play them in the next one so they can be even more main character again.
No, it's not even more main character again. Now it's just I have to annoy Robert in a different way, but with the same. I'm just kidding.
That's fun.
I
I
think
just sent Robert a message where I said I could play a Lima clone or
It has to go to kid.
four.
yeah, that was the other option. But anyway, I need to go to bed. I need to drive in T-minus 6 hours and
Yeah, go. Good night.
13 minutes. So good
Night.
night. Thank you,
Good
Robert,
night.
Thank
for
you.
Yeah,
this.
Spencer.
This has been
Thanks
the
for
best
playing.
of times.
It was the best
And I
of
look forward
times.
Best times.
It was the worst
to
of
King and
times.
Company too. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Spencer.
All right.
I miss Rick.
Yeah.
Man, I
I really like the idea that like Mark is softened and Rick hardened,
hmm
and they kind of middled each other out.
Yeah.
that was nothing like what I was expecting.
I'm glad. I'm really happy
It
that
was
Spencer came up
it
with
was kind of
something other
similar to
than
what
what
I
I said.
Hold
expected.
on, hold on.
Maybe it's because we came up with this whole secret plan.
Yeah. Robert, what did you say?
I said it was. I'm glad that somebody came up with something other than what I thought would be
Yeah.
cool. I still think
Mm.
I still think what I thought would be cool, but I like it that the ending was something the players chose, and it was not something that I thought of.
Yeah.
I think that's really fun.
I'm really excited to get more context about like what Ilium is like now.
Mhm.
And like what are the vibes of like Rick to the other nobles now? Like what are
Mhm.
just the vibes of Rick altogether? Because I think having the rumor that he killed Tyrannus is kind of big. So it's like, what are those vibes? And then like
I have no
Tyrannus.
idea what Genesis's vibes are now because like she went from
mom.
I mean she's just mom maxing, but it's just so weird that it was like
Mhm.
1 minute it's like everyone keep her alive at all costs because we have to get her to this thing so that blah 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 kill herself and become something different. And now it's like, and it was like everybody was like, "Who's this girl?" She's like healing people and all this stuff, and now it's like now she's just a mom.
I want the first mission of King and Company 2 to be, we need to find the legendary warrior of ultimateness, and it's just Meepo.
The
Ah.
Mantis people got
Aw.
home, right? The Mantis people got home, right?
Oh yeah,
No.
I guess so. Yeah, I think that there's a.
Wait, Robert. We
Oh.
already talked about this.
Oh.
They're on a different branch. The prismatic shrine can't bring them to the different branches.
Well,
Is what we said.
they can go home. They just can't go to they can't go to Iluiad, which is where they were trying to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Um, but I think some of them will probably stay.
They're just
Hi.
chill like that.
They'll just chill. They'll just chill.
The amount of legendary warriors that Rick is in possession of is insane.
Yeah. I
He's
can't
not
I'm
believe
excited to
everybody
kind of
leveled
like.
up to 5, and then we became the same power as Cassian, right? We power
Mhm.
leveled back up to where Cassian was.
We did. Yeah.
Yep. I thought a lot about what I wanted Tyrannus to be like how powerful Tyrannus should be. And then I remembered the fight in what's it called? Expedition 33. There's a fight in Expedition 33 where there's somebody who's just so powerful that
Can't
you
fight him solo.
can't do damage. Right? Like you're the amount of damage that you do just like barely increments his health bar. And I was like, that's pretty sick. But I also knew like I
Yeah,
thought
it's
back
called
to
Simon with 100 times health because Jacob was being an insane person.
no, actually I was thinking of the other guy. The spoiler at the end of Act 1.
The end of Act 1. Okay, yeah.
Um I knew that when you talked to Shmuel, you were gonna have a real effect on what Shmuel was saying or what Shmuel was thinking. So I was like, okay, I can balance this fight in a way where when Shmuel finally snaps, it will be winnable. And then it was just like you guys just got really, really lucky in one round. And at that point, I was like, sick. This is awesome. Now we have time to do epilogues.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I was like, I really want to do the final blow on Tyronis. I really do. And then I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it a whole epic thing. And then I sat there and I went,
We should have gone back to the Storm Titans and just like, hey, Cassian, get over here.
No,
I think AJ
Ew.
kind of like AJ didn't like Cassian. As like the longer the story went on, the less AJ liked Cassian.
yeah.
Yeah. I could kind of feel that. I think he just really liked the Acheron as well.
He did.
Mm.
That's real. And Akron's very likable. I like
Yeah.
him.
I really liked my other two characters, and then one of them died, and one of them was just like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah.
Florence is cool. Now she's goo mother.
Yeah. And I didn't even get to kill her off dramatically. She just died.
Yeah.
The
I
worst
think-
when you can't kill your character off dramatically.
Florence would still 100% be in I think the House of the Griffin stuff, and she would be doing spy stuff and whatever she could.
Yeah, I mean,
Montague is a freaking menace making laws.
I think he's just like wandering around like just on his own. Is my vibe with Montague.
Louis eventually
Montague
got
actually
married.
died tragically in a carriage accident. Shortly
Why do you
after the
hate
end.
Montague so much? I like
'Cause he's
Montague.
not he's a real character, but he's also not a real character. He's just an
He's not
excuse for
serious
Mason
enough?
to say the same line over and over again.
I
I
do
do
believe.
I do believe.
Yeah, but like Clarb is just our excuse to go always.
That's not how Glorb started out as, and it's not like that's not why I have Glorb.
I know, but you know,
What a. I'll make you a
sometimes the
deal.
vocal sims hit you.
It's not actually a deal. It's a. If you hate Montague so much, it's okay. I can voice him if he shows up in King and Company 2.
Okay, I promise that I will let you voice Montague if he shows up in King Company 2.
Because you don't think he'll show up. Oh,
I
you have no
am
idea.
the author, so will not
You
be
have
showing
no
up.
idea.
Dude,
Lawyer or
oh
not.
man, I'm just like thinking of the like potential, right? And I really wanted to like Nihilus to be like Archmage kind of guy. He's got like a tower and shit.
Elias is gonna be like, we have to fight this blue dragon. We obviously need a private investigator. The best, actually.
Montague Rook
Montague Rook.
specifically.
Uncle Monty.
Uncle Montague.
Spell Telluris, Mason.
Telluris.
Man,
I
I
still
just
haven't named that kid. I need to name that kid, right?
Are you playing your Magic Academy kid?
I want to, but I don't think Robert's gonna get to it for another 3 years.
It's a
But like,
lot
are you
of
gonna
my
play your
business.
Magic Academy kid in King and Company too?
No,
Is that what
he's-
you're doing?
No. Magic Academy is a game that we had planned.
Okay.
Yes. That
Then
will
what
be
is this
happening
kid?
in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And also his power sets are completely based on after the codex has been split.
But he's from Ilium.
Yes,
That's so
after
cool.
the codex is split.
I love that. That's a good detail.
Yeah.
wow. Just wow. I can't believe it's over.
Yeah.
6
Mhm.
months.
A weight has been lifted, but a sorrow is there now.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna miss it so much.
I legitimately miss playing Rick already. The moment that you started acting as him, I felt
I was
it.
like, no, I want to do that.
Yeah. That's not exactly what Rick would say.
Do you guys want a
Wait,
hint
what's it?
for my? The only hint I'm gonna give for my King Company 2 character right now is that they're a null, which
Okay, so
in
they're
that
not
game,
connected to the original cast of King and Company 1.
which in that game is a monk, right?
Mm.
You're
Are
gonna
they-
have
wait,
to
are
make him
they-
cooler. As a,
Are they all gonna be like super cool?
I think all of the people are gonna be super cool because it's hard to play somebody who's not already a hero in Draw Steel.
I think part of it is gonna like his lineage, right? And then like part of his lineage is being cool.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, or maybe he was just taught to fight by somebody growing up or something. I don't know.
Playing Elizabeth is actually so cool, Melissa.
I know. I was talking to
way.
Robert, and I told him, because it all stemmed from, hey, what if I in the next campaign play a paladin of whatever the heck goddess, right? And then he was like, that would be cool. And I was like, yeah. And then I started talking and yapping and stuff. And then I was like, wait. And then I said, Robert, what if I play, you know, that girl that Genesis talked to at Azariah's funeral? And Robert said, I'm not letting you play in King and Company 2 unless you play this character. And I said, heard. And so that's why I was so upset when I went back to try to watch Azariah's funeral and my audio wasn't working, because I was like, I don't know what my character's name is and I don't know what Genesis said to her. And so I was like so mad, and I kept pestering Robert, being like, Robert, please send me the audio. Robert, please. I just, the first 30 minutes, just please. And yeah. So I'm gonna be Elizabeth and she's gonna be whatever the frick we figure out. And she's gonna be so annoyed at Elias all the time.
We will never ever, because in a distant way they are kind of siblings.
We are never ever
yeah.
beating the twin allegations.
Never, like, and it's actually your fault.
How is
fun
it my
fact.
fault?
Let's see. So
Robert,
Jimmy
you
and
should
Judy
make
was your
Phil an
idea.
absolute unit. All right.
And then I stated what I was doing with Elias. I stated.
I stated it long before. It actually, by that a long before, I mean it was the night before. And then you texted me the next morning and said, so I have an idea for my King Company 2 character. And I said,
Yeah, but publication date is more important than thought date. So sorry. I said out loud first and louder, so
You know what, Mason? You know what, Mason? How about this? It's both of our faults because we're friends.
I won't accept that.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not
Okay, bro.
100% attached to the idea, Robert, because they're not cool enough. You're right. Like, what would I have to do to make them cooler? I don't like their backstory is so like singular and doesn't
Well,
have
you just
that
have
much
to
room for
like
expanding comparatively.
you
So
just
I
have
need
to
I'm
you just have to extrapolate, right? So instead of playing him right after his backstory starts, play him a couple years after his backstory starts.
yeah, but also I mean, where does he go?
Well, you could think about it once the setting guide for King Company 2 drops
In several months.
in several months. Yeah.
In several months, yeah. Robert, gonna run a second game for us again? You gonna double up?
I'm
You
gonna
do Blades?
try to run one game at a time for the foreseeable future.
Hmm. Should I do Sprawl first? Because that sounds like it's gonna take a while for you to finish
I
doing
can't
anything and
I can't support another game right now. I don't know. It's tough. I really would like to finish Blades, but I'm not sure. We might have to put. That's tough because I really don't want to put Gresk on a break. I'm not sure how long Gresk is going to be. Um, I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe Sprawl first is better. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, if you can't support a Wednesday, that's fine. Speaking of which, oh my god. I don't know, like Sis has tough scheduling stuff, I think, right?
Hmm.
But that's a problem either way, so
Man. I've never finished a campaign. I've never made it past a couple sessions. This is crazy.
I've only finished running games.
Alistair and Climbing Hill will return in Avengers Yggdrasil. And also Irvin.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
If there's any character from the original King and Company that Azariah can see, I really hope. I really hope it's just somebody, man. Like that somebody else can live that long, you know?
I just realized we have like 3 psionics on Ilium now.
I was so like I felt so
Actually, no, you don't count.
powerless during that. No, I said I felt so powerless during that entire thing because I was like every single time that I tried to fight, I would like miss something, and then I also like all of my powers were just like avoid damage for myself. It's fine.
I felt so powerless, not being able to do 100 damage to him on my own.
I was really excited to conquest you.
Yeah, how dare you?
You don't seem to understand. Ilium isn't yours to conquer.
Anyway,
I just
I don't know. I felt pretty good. I was tearing through health.
my main thing
Right,
is
I was doing like
that
20 something.
is that I just feel like embarrassed now of the amount of times I texted everybody with things about Genesis that turned out wrong and you all knew about it and I felt like I feel like an idiot. I'm like, dang.
And Spencer almost ruined it. Holy cow, that was scary.
What did he
That
almost
was
do?
what, like, bro?
Spencer was talking about Tyronis's book at that point. He was like, "Isn't the plan to split Tyronis's book anyway?" But we all freaked out because we didn't want Mel to be spoiled. But I was like, and I ended up telling him, I was like, "Hey, don't mention that either, just because we don't want to give it away to Mel or give her any
Yeah,
any
I
chance to
didn't-
figure
we
it out."
didn't mention that was a plan either.
I can't
that we're
believe you
splitting
all
the
were
third
like
one.
specifically,
Yeah.
let's all just keep it away from only Melissa. That's
Well, because you're
Well, to
the
be
only
fair,
one
the
that
vast
I
told us
people
not
didn't
to.
know.
Yeah. Also, Ronus was keeping track of you, like your thoughts and stuff. And Tyronis fed you specific visions when you were having your visions.
I knew
Which
about
is why most of them were about Azariah killing you.
Azariah.
I miss Azariah.
So hey, how are you gonna go through the Alistair and Climbing Hill thing? What are you gonna do there? Because like some of these
How
things,
am
like
I gonna go through it?
no, like well, like how? Because like what we're looking at here is we could do this where it's like Alistair, King and Company 2, Irvin, and Azariah from one campaign sprawled 4 campaigns. Or is it this narratively happens this way? Like what does Robert want to do?
I'm so sorry, I'm not paying attention. I thought you were talking to Aiden.
No.
Yeah, that is a good question.
So from King and Company 1, sprawled or spawned Azariah's Hell campaign.
Mhm.
Alistair and Climbing Hills save Alistair's World campaign. Irvin side quest and King and Company 2. So 4 campaigns spawn from one, or
I am
what do you
going
want to do?
I'm going to probably skip over the Kithcern campaign. Only because
Kithcern? What is that?
that was
That was-
Alistair's planet. Only because
Mm.
I like Nihilus is not getting a campaign from Persephone either. Right?
Right.
Like
I
Irvin
did
is
just
not
think,
getting an
though.
Akros campaign. Right? There's too many planets and things. Now I will say Kithcern is going to be politically relevant. Right? Like Ilium and Kithcern are like right. So Kithcern will definitely show up again. The story will be relevant and things will happen. And Aiden will have a lot of input on that. Winky Meiji. But I don't think that I can I don't think I can cognitively support every campaign that might be possible, just because I want to be able to finish Yggdrasil before everyone has a kid and gets married.
Yeah.
I just remembered Nilos has kid siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
They're neighbors, right? If you're doing political games, they might have to show up.
I just like can't get the image of Rick asking permission to marry one of one of Trevor's siblings.
I'll
Like
need you to characterize
I think we
for
can
Robert.
comfortably call him Vinmir now.
Vinmir.
No, I think Trevor specifically said Vinmir is dead.
But and then like Florence is just sitting in the back and she's like, never seen Mr. Maverick like humbled like this before, and then it's really funny.
It is not
Mm.
emotion he's used to.
I think that Vinmir's dad was thrilled to marry one of his daughters to Rick. Like, please take one.
And Vinmir is fuming.
Just for the sake of fuming as well. I'll be curious to see how you play him, Robert. Like how you play Rick. And I will need characterization too for the wife, Elias's mom.
Robert, which one do you think is funnier? Marcus's wife is like just like him, super stoic, or the exact opposite?
I think the exact opposite. It's like, how the
I
heck?
think the exact opposite is funnier.
Like, I've seen these videos and it's like the wife
The
of the
bubbliest person ever.
yeah. I've seen these videos where it's like the wife of the most chill guy you know, and she's like going ham on the dance floor and is like doing the most crackhead energy things that you can think of. I feel like that would be Marcus and his wife.
I feel like Marcus should marry an elf.
That's really interesting. Who is that?
No, marry an elf.
An elf. Okay.
An elf.
It's like, who the heck is an elf?
My bad. I'm EP. I'm Big Eep.
That works for me. But also, I just want the kid to be like actual kid age still.
Yeah, that's fair.
That'll be for King and Company 3.
I think
King
that, like,
Company
if it's
3, Marcus's kid.
I think if it's an elf, the elf wouldn't care that you were like older.
Yeah.
And I think
'Cause
that's
we're
fun
both old.
energy because you're both old. Yeah. But also, I think it's fun because she will look 20 years old. Like late 20s.
Dang it. Elias was going to be a half elf and live longer. Dang it.
Oh, yeah.
My child's now a half elf. Frick you.
You want to do that, Marcus? Let's spar. We haven't sparred in years.
Marcus
It's the opposite of
will
my
go
dad could beat up your dad.
ham
It's,
on you
it's
now.
my kid could outlive your
Sure.
kid.
If you can even
Brutal.
get close. Firewall.
Gun.
That's crazy. Rock wall.
Teleport.
That's crazy. Also teleport.
Teleport again.
Just dance across the wall. Just dance back and forth.
It's like Vegeta and Goku like sparring.
It's really funny that you immediately went to, if you even can get close, my ranged build guy.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. That's crazy. My magic. Oh wait. Last I checked, metal is an element. Oh.
You are not breaking the freaking arcubi.
Perchance.
You can't just say perchance.
We just barely got these things into max production. You cannot do this.
I kind of want it to be where like Elias could totally learn other elements, but he just chose fire and was like, "This is it. This is
This
what I
is the
wanna
cool
do.
one.
This is the cool one."
That is how elementalist.
Is he also
works
an
in
elementalist?
Drawsteel.
What'd you say, Robert?
That is how elementalist works in Drawsteel.
Or is it you just choose one element?
No, you can learn everything, but you specialize.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
We have to go across this lake. Is there any way that you can help Elias? Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for King Company 3, where my kid's a Beastmaster. What is it? Beast Heart? It's a
Beast Heart, yeah.
I
Phil
can't
is
wait for
huge.
King Company.
Phil is giant. He became a real dragon for some reason.
And that's okay.
At some point.
I can imagine that like Marcus and Phil at some point are just like Uncle Iroh with his dragon, and that's just the image that I have in my head, where it's like big old guy and his dragon just vibing.
Yeah, well, I imagined for a long time Marcus was just the uncle.
Yes. Uncle Mark. Uncle Marky Mark. I'll kill you.
Man.
I don't know.
What is that gif? Of like the dude like walking out of the fire and it's like an anime. And he like
No
grabs a
clue.
spear.
That's not specific enough.
Yeah. It's like a very specific one where it's like somebody like grabbing a spear as they walk out of fire. It's an anime. But like that's kind of how I picture a little bit of Elias. Really only when he's pissed
Yeah,
off
Robert,
though.
are you ready for King and Company 3 yet?
Now I have to start writing the novel.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait, actually, what if the Magic Academy kid was actually Marcus's kid?
Well, that's fun.
That's
No,
what I
I don't
thought you
think
were
that
doing.
works because that kid is way too orphan energy.
What does that mean? Explain that to me.
Yeah, imagine like a superhero orphan, right?
Batman?
Kinda,
Spider-Man?
right? Imagine like Kid Batman portrayal as like super hottie.
Ah, I see.
So Damian Wayne.
Yeah, I guess like Damian Wayne. Less murdery, but way
Guys,
too
get
into himself.
wake Jacob up and get him back on this call. He would be so proud of me right now. I made a DC reference.
Yeah.
DC reference.
Now, how is the marquee gonna fit in?
He's
I wonder
not. We
where
kill
he
him.
could...
Wah.
Oh no. Yeah,
Alright,
Fellman.
I'm going to bed.
Good night, Robert.
Fellman
Thank you,
tragically
Robert.
fell
We're gonna
and
keep
hit his
money
face.
out.
Robert,
That
Robert,
was
thank
really-
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
it's fun.
putting
welcome.
some exciting stuff for the last 6 months of my life.
A diabolical
This was
screenshot
her
of
final
Mel
6
as we were
months of
saying that.
living. Mel, you
Thank
said
you for
this.
filling my life with way more stress, Robert.
You're so welcome, Isaac.
My blood pressure has been decreasing since the end of that.
Yeah.
Really.
Alright.
Now that fucker's gone.
Let's discuss the real plan. So I'm not playing Elias.
I'm playing Elias, and you're playing Marcus's wife, actually.
Schmiegelhop, the elf.
Schnlop.
And she has very large gongologongas.
I was
Naturally.
like thinking like elven names. One popped into mind. Lines dancing across a page.
My gosh.
Schmiebelthorpe the 15th. Y'all, 3 gods died
That's
today.
a Norma name.
Yeah. And none of us did.
And we only got to kill one of them. Nihilus would
Yeah.
be so disappointed in you guys. He is disappointed in you guys.
None of us died.
There
Yeah,
should
but
be
you
like
know what he saw? He saw, oh, these guys that like are giving their all to go against gods. Oh, they couldn't win without 2 other gods' help. Wow.
How many gods does it take to kill a god? 2, apparently. 2.5, because Azagona was just sitting there.
Wow. Wow.
Frick.
I'm trying to like think of the situation where Nihilos's kid siblings go to Ilium Dartus, you know?
Yeah, how could that possibly happen, you know?
Well, this is like, so I just got back from this stupid world. It was really stupid. And they're like, I want to go to the stupid world. And then
We gotta go to the stupid
Well,
world now.
maybe he sees something and it's like, oh, wait. So what's happening here is that this world is actually becoming better than ours.
Mm.
Because now it has less gods and the environment is just better.
and to think.
You know, if we spin these rumors hard enough, we could say that Rick killed 3 gods in one day.
Yeah, one of them was really chill, and there's like sites of rest across the world. Oh yeah, you know that guy leading the revolution? He killed that one. You know?
Yeah.
Casually. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what's
Casual
crazy
light.
is just thinking about, January of this year when Lux was born, out of me being like, what if I made Trinity's secondary skill a glass blower? And now we're here.
Yeah, that's crazy. What I need desperately for King and Company 2 is I need 1, the Rick and Marcus duo to go hard, absolutely tough in the paint, right? And
Dude, they
then
better be like at least level 5 draw steel characters.
oh, with how quickly Rick was growing in power, I would be surprised if this man can't cause a tsunami, right? Like just on his own. Like him and the Mountain would go ham against each other.
I don't know how the beast heart works, but Marcus is probably a beast heart.
Um, and then I need Elias to have a duo guy like his dad did. So I need to find somebody for that. So Isaac, go ahead and make a character so we can do the same bit again.
Again, what if my character is in charge though this time?
Well, inevitably your character will be the more sensible one.
No matter what, my character will be more sensible.
Well, because like, do you think any son of Rick is going to be sensible? Not even remotely.
Yeah.
He's not leaving that household with any humility, not even a little bit. In fact, I'm going to characterize him to specifically be less humble.
Yeah.
That's
I
fun.
think I just thought of it. When Marcus leaves the house, he leaves behind Phil with his kid.
Ain't nobody getting past Phil.
Phil is a unit now. Trust.
Y'all, since I
He's
didn't,
still a little guy.
can I? Because I wrote this whole like thing where I had a will and testament to everybody, and I want to read it to people because there's two people specific characters that I wanted to do that. Can I read it real quick? Can I?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So, this was when I was depression maxing because I was like, Genesis is fully gonna die. I said, while I am still confident I'm the person writing this is me. From the study of Genesis Jewel, Church of Lux, Western Mark, June 2nd, year 2030, whatever. To those who remain, I am scared. I have been at this desk since sundown. I am wasting the candle wax. The page is still mostly empty, and I keep thinking I will know how to begin this if I stare at the blank page long enough. I still do not, so I'm going to begin badly. The solstice is 19 days away. I have been counting down in my head ever since I learned its importance. I've been able to carry it like it's going to happen to somebody else, and that I would become that for someone else some other day. I cannot carry it that way anymore. Florence came to the church this afternoon. She had not met me before today, and she had already volunteered to put herself in more danger than she needs to be, for my sake. Something about her walking into my study with that offer in her hands made it everything real. I'm going to die, or I'm going to become something that is not me. Either way, I lose myself, even though my body keeps walking. I'm writing this while I am still confident that I, Genesis Jewel, am the person writing it. I don't know how long that will be true. Trinity would have been good at this. She would have written something structured and cleaned up, and she would have meant every word of it. I'm going to repeat myself. I'm going to say too much to some of you and not nearly enough to others, and I'm sorry for both. There are not enough words in the world I could say to you all, and this is what I can try to scramble together. Whatever. Anyway, so first big one I have to you guys is to Rick, which is to Rick, take all of it. Every coin in my purse and every coin in the box under my desk. You were there when I was a thief, and you will be there after I am not myself anymore, and you have always known what to do with money better than I did. I know it is not much, but
Give it to
please,
Marcus.
LOL, yeah, real. I know it is not
Please.
much, but please put it to good use. You always had some sort of more grand purpose and goal. You ambitious idiot who just liked to touch things and poke bears. Use this to ensure the bears you poke won't dig too deep into your skin. It is so little money, though. You will laugh when you read this, and that is fine. Laugh and then do it. I have not forgotten what you said to me after I returned from the Citadel. No one else would have said it. No one else could have. You set me straight when I did not want to when I didn't want to be set straight. And I have been a better person for it, which is the strangest sentence I have ever written about advice that came from you. I will not forget the names of the ones who died for this cause. This is one thing no one can take away. I have marked them on the vessel that Lux will be taking over. No one will ever forget the names that were lost in her name. Trinity Jewel, Robert Gray, Loop, Leon, Kyle, Doran, Azariah Pendronis. I learned that from you. You taught a goddess something. We are not nameless. You are the closest thing I have to a brother Rick, Maverick Cobb, Baron Sparky, whichever of your 17 names sticks in the end. You were the one who made me laugh and knocked me into order when my mistakes were costing people their lives. Do not be stupid with my money. Fly the flag of freedom high, and long live the House of Griffin. That was to Rick. I have one to Alistair. Which was to Alistair. You met me when I was at my lowest. I do not think I ever thanked you for, or could ever thank you enough for that. I was a stranger to you, a thief on a beach, passed out next to her dead sister. You gently woke me up and helped this strange woman asleep on the ground. You helped me process the pain and grief. You helped me remember Trinity warmly when all I could do was remember her as cold like her body in the ground. You asked me for a memory of her, and I brought up campfires. You made sure I got that campfire. I told you once that I have never felt so alive and also so close to death in the same breath. That was the most honest sentence I had ever said to anyone, and it is true today. You asked me who Lux was, and I told you what I could, and that I see the light in people sometimes. Azariah Finnick, and a small spark in you. I want you to know this spark was not just a polite thing I was saying, it was utterly true. I saw it in you the night, and I see it now, and whatever becomes of me after the solstice, I hope you go and see it in yourself. You thanked me once for the person I was. Let me thank you now for the person you helped me to be, because you sat with her on a beach one morning and you did not treat her like something broken. Little Mountain, may your foundation be strong. Then I have one to Azariah that says, to Azariah, you said you will be back. Keep that promise, however long it takes, brother. And then the rest was to Trinity, to Lady Lux, to Finnick, and to Andric. And yeah, I wrote this whole thing, and it was going to be a big dramatic thing. And then I survived.
Yeah, shocker.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'm gonna retcon a little bit of what happened during. I'm cutting out, aren't I? I'm gonna retcon a little bit of what happened in the 20 years. I want to say that Alistair's been like non-stop working at fighting against the Eldritch beings on this world instead of 20 years later.
Climbing hills with you all the way.
So I feel like it could make for a really neat plotline later on of I don't know, just him becoming like so much more hardened.
He's
It was already
like,
hard enough, man.
Or just like
Please.
he's getting like so mentally drained because in so many years.
He's become ba 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 ba. Invincible.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. Like,
I wonder.
His story's not even over. It just be.
I'm really curious how Robert will characterize Rick. Like, I don't want him to be like. I don't know. What'd you say?
Too jaded.
Yeah, I don't want him to be too jaded. I don't think Robert will do this, but I don't want Rick to lose who he is, because I think that was a large part of it. Was like Rick being like, I can't trust what you will be in 500 years. But if Rick is someone completely different in 20, dude, you know?
Well, then explain that to him.
Well, we achieved the good ending, so hopefully he keeps it, right?
Right. And also, I think Marcus would probably do a lot of, like, hey, remember who you are.
Honestly, we got a much better ending than what I was expecting us.
Not a single one of us died.
I expected like half of us to die.
That's what I was expecting too.
Well, it does help that Tyrannus was like, "Hey, I'm gonna beat the shit out of Rick for as long as I can."
Yeah.
But the fact that he never
Felt the
finished Rick off just felt
He tried to.
Like.
Well, when he said conquest, right? Yeah, he tried once, and then a nest died because of that.
Okay. I was low-key wanting like a party member to die at some point, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
I think
I
it'd have been
guess.
crazy if after all of that, after explaining to Genesis and like telling her, "Hey, we're good," for her to die, that would have been heartbreaking.
Like the amount of times that like I was like, I don't know when the new round has started, and so I was like, if I'm hit again, I'm gonna be out. And then I was like, crap. And then I was like, has a new round started? And they're like, yes. And it's like, okay, 20 hit point. And I was like,
I went down to 0 like 15 times. I'm pretty sure
yeah.
Rick like died more times today than he
I
had ever.
was so terrified that you guys would all have gone through this much effort and had this whole secret plan so that we could all survive, like that Genesis didn't have to like sacrifice her whole being and then her just die. Like I was so scared that that was going to happen because I was like, I'm not keeping up with the mechanics well of this situation because there's too many different numbers and stuff going on right now that I couldn't.
Too much D&D is happening in D&D.
I no, it was just there was too many, like I never learned super. I still don't have a great grasp as to how the X without number mechanics work with some things. And so because of that, I was like, do I add this? Do I add this? Do I add this? And then I was like, break, I'm at 9 hit points and I'm gonna be down soon, and I'm the only healer besides Oiso, and Oiso is doing this, and I'm like, and yeah. It would have been sad. I would have cried even more.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to do it where I like, if Rick was going to die, I was going to be like, nope, Genesis is stepping inside and being like, nope, you've got to keep this going. Like, this is only the beginning. I was going to have her say something like that.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I like that it was Rick who at one point possessed part of one codex and a full other codex. And still he let them all go.
Yeah, that was cool.
I think that shows a lot of who he is.
What do you think has changed about Dad Rick?
I think he's much wiser. And maybe just slightly more cynical. I think he looks at things just like through the lens of like, you know, what is the sacrifice this time? Right?
Yeah.
Um
But that's a little strange too, because like we really didn't make too many sacrifices for that
That's true.
final part. I mean, I guess aside from a nest, so it does make sense on that end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude. Guys, I'm looking at Beast Heart and Marcus kind of almost maps 1-to-1 now.
I'm really
Freaking
curious,
feral animal.
just like how much involvement our characters will be. Like, I wonder if we're gonna like stumble into things and just be like, oh yes, I am, my name is, I don't know, Tristan Stafford, and this is my parents and stuff, and like, oh yes, I can show you where the next place is. Like, I wonder how involved it'll be.
Oh, hello. My name is Bobby Rook.
Bobby Rook, and my father was murdered to death last year, and I'm here to find. My father never found his brother's killer, and now I have to find my father's killer. So,
dude, there's a kit. There's a signature ability called Cover Fire.
man, I don't
Oh,
know.
that's sick.
I'm so like.
I'm gonna go to bed now.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Good luck.
Good morning, everyone. We'll talk more about King and Company tomorrow, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm also going to bed because my head hurts. Night night.
All right.